Everyone, today we're going to be rustling up a nice simple chicken teriyaki stir fry. We'll show you what we use for our teriyaki sauce. We're going to be using noodles, a little bit of veg. So let's show you the ingredients and let's get cracking. Okay, so we're going to be using some noodles. Bought these because they're cheap, they're nice and easy. Cost wise, you get three packets for £1. Obviously, bit of cracked black pepper, we tend to use this all the time. We've gone for the light soy sauce because it's nice and easy and it's not as salty as the dark soy sauce. We've gone for onion granules rather than Nicola and my lad Jake aren't keen on the onions, so we're using granules. So that's a little tip for you. If you're not bothered about the onions because you've got that horrible taste to them, some people don't like them, use onion granules, they tend to work just as good. Bit of garlic granules. We've got some fresh ginger. We've got a broccoli, 1 carrot, a courgette, some spring onions, a little bit of honey, and that's it. Prep wise, only thing you're going to need a knife, potato peeler, and another big chopping knife. Somebody asked me about these knives last time. The knives are dowel strong, they're very expensive knives. They are really sharp, they really do the business, but they are very, very expensive. So the first thing we're going to do is get the chicken. We're going to get this marinated. So we're going to be marinated, so our teriyaki, we're going to be using soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and a little bit of onion. So we've got this full chicken breast there. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to save a little bit of time, marinate a bit quicker. So I'm just going to pretty much slice it straight down the middle, like so. And then we're going to get this and we're going to cut it into strips. When you're doing stir fries, the key is to make it cook as quickly as you can. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get all the chicken prepped and we'll get that marinated. It's going into the tray and put that at the side so you can see what's going on. So finally got my DJI Nano back after it was overheating. So we've just changed the camera setup a little bit so it gives you a better idea on what we're doing. Just watch your fingers when you're doing this. You don't need massive amounts of knife skills. So as you can see, that is one chicken breast there. There's quite a lot of slices there. We're probably going to use maybe 3 out of this packet. Chicken at the moment's gone up, quite expensive. This one we're using is a British chicken, so it's not imported. As you can see, I'm just trying to get it all prepped up, nice and skinny. And then once that's done, that will go into the marinade. It's easy to do. So prep time, I reckon you're looking at prep time about 15 minutes, 10 minutes top, depending on how your knife skills are. And I'm just slicing it really quite thin. So that's what we're looking for. That'll flash fry very quick. And just keep doing it. Don't need to chop it, you just need to saw in action to do it. And that's a couple more. Now I'm going to be feeding 3 of us, so I'm going to use 3 chicken breasts. That's 1 chicken breast per person. You could probably get away, if you slice it thin enough and you get it right, 1 chicken breast may feed 2 of you. It depends on how much chicken you like. So we're cutting it into strips again, like I've said, just to make it cook a bit quicker. Obviously stir fries are all about quickness in cooking. The key is get everything prepped up, ready to go. Once it's all prepped up, it's nice and easy, it's just a matter of cooking it. As you can, I'm just trying to get everything ready for you. And once that's done, so we'll get this knife washed and then we'll get another chopping board out And we use that one, move that one back out of the way. And then let's get the next stage of the vegetables prepped up. Right, so I've just added a little bit of soy sauce to our mixture, a little bit of sliced ginger that we've got into it. I've just added a little bit of honey, only a little bit, there we go. A little bit of garlic, not too much. And then we're just going to leave that one to marinate for a little bit. So once that's all marinated, should I say, we'll get that drained off. I don't want all the liquid in it, so drain that off. I haven't made it too sweet. Obviously you can add a bit more honey if you want. Sometimes it's best just to buy a little jar of honey. If you can't get it out of the jar, just pop it in the microwave, 10 seconds, take it out, pour it in, you'll be able to mix it. So the veg wise that we're using, we're going to be using a little bit of spring onions. And we're going to be using some broccoli, courgette and a carrot. So let's get the spring onions cooked. Now what I'm going to do with these spring onions is I'm just going to take the end bits off. And then I'm just going to peel a little bit of this skin off, if we can. So take that bit, the end bits off. Take that bit off. That's okay. We'll just move that rubbish over that far side. Sometimes the skin's a little bit, it's dried out a little bit. So I'll take that off. Get rid of that bit. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to chop these end bits off. Some people don't use these bits, but they'll be alright, they'll be nice to use. So we're going to use them, and we're just going to chop them all up. I'm just trying to get them nice and thin, so it cooks pretty quick. Spring onions are reasonably priced to use, even though we're in the summer, spring onions are still available. What I've done is I've got some different bowls. And the reason why I've got some different bowls, because when you're doing a stir fry, some things cook quicker than others. So we'll carefully put the ingredients that we're using in the stir fry. So that's going to go into bowl 1, like that. That one's ready. So that'll cook. That's not going to take as long to cook as, let's say, a piece of broccoli. Broccoli, again, we're just going to be using the florets. But I want to try and get it as small as I can, so it cooks a bit quicker. You can see now that's the size that we're looking at, nice and small. There's nothing worse than raw broccoli, and there's nothing worse than overcooked broccoli in a stir fry. So I'm just working through it, I'm just going around with a knife, breaking it all up. You know, you could use the stalks if you've got a rabbit. Get them to the rabbit will love them. So I'll just show you how big we're trying to get it. So it's nice and small, like that, in my hand. Just keep doing this. I'll keep taking it off. I'm just working my way around. We don't want loads of root, because the bigger the root, the longer it's going to take to cook. We want to try and cook this within a couple of minutes maximum. So keep going. Like you say, if you can just see, I'm just getting my knife around it. And what it's doing is it's already breaking up little florets of broccoli. And just keep going round. I've picked this veg purely because there's certain veg that Nicola don't like. Certain veg that RJ don't like. So I'm going to be cooking for free today. So I'm trying to use the veg that's nice and simple, ready available. You know, you put in what you want in stir fry. You can put peppers in it, you can put mushrooms in it. I tend to not put mushrooms purely because they don't like mushrooms. And we're going to use it all. Now I've put this into a different bowl purely because this is going to take a little bit longer to cook. So that's going into a different bowl. Yes, you've got a bit of washing up to do. Nicholas just said a minute ago, maybe we should get some plastic tubs when you're doing your cooking, so we don't have to wash them. It's a fair point. So that's the broccoli prepped up and ready. Right, the carrot. Peel the carrot, leave the top on, leave the bottom on. The reason why, it's a bit easier to do. Some people cut the top off, cut the bottom off, and then it's square. You're trying to peel it with a peeler, you keep banging on the end. But if you do it like this, we're going to take the top off and we're going to take the bottom off anyhow. So just means you can just do it nice and steady like that. Carrot peeled. Move that to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to cut it into julienne, so well I am, but I'm not going to do it the way that everyone would do it. So I'm just going to cut it down and I'm going to slice it. People are going to say, oh, I don't want rings in my stir fry, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now the carrot will take about approximately the same time as the broccoli. So that's it. And I'm going to stack the carrots back up again, and then I'm going to cut these into strips like that. There you have it. So little juliennes, they'll go into there. You put as much carrot in as you want, it's entirely up to yourself. Like I say, I've gone for the reasonably cheaper vegetables. That's all that. It's looking good. We'll do a bit more. So you're doing it this way, one carrot is going to get you quite a little bit. So I'm going quiet then, I'm trying not to chop my finger off. So all into rings again. So we're going into rings and I'm just putting the knife at the side of my fingers. So you'll want to bear in mind that you're going to try and cook it at the same time as the broccoli. This is just something simple that we thought we'd do. We're going to be having it for tea tonight, so why not show you how we do it. Sometimes we do have things like this on at the cafe. Depends on time. So that's that bit done. So that's the broccoli and carrot mixed together. Courgettes. Make sure I get ready now. Don't need all the courgette. Now same again with the courgette. You can cut it straight down if you want. You cut it straight down like that if you want, or what you can do is cut it into a chunk, so like that. Same with that one. So we're going to quickly get the courgettes prepped up. I'll be cooking the courgettes with the spring onions. We're just going to put them, so we'll just slice them down nice and steady, and again we're going to cut these into strips. I'm in a separate bowl. Chicken should be marinated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the stock off the chicken. Pick the ginger out. Some people might want to leave it in, but that's entirely up to yourselves. So that's the courgettes almost done. I'm just squeezing that together so I can slice it like that. Not going to put loads in. I think there should be enough there like that. And that's all done. We'll get his water ready. We'll get his water pan on. Once that's on, we'll start cooking and getting all this stuff together. Right, so I've got the water boiling for the noodles, or noodles should we say. I'm adding the little packets, silver packets that you get. I use these. You can add your own seasoning, but why not? They're alright. Just adds a bit more flavour to it. That's all going in. What I've done is I've drained the chicken off. I've took the liquid out of it now. That's just draining at the moment. I've just turned the pans on high. Get some more butter. And get a spoon out of here. Dashing about now. It might go a bit erratic, the camera. Okay. I'm going to use butter. Some people use oil, but I'm going to use butter because I want a nice taste to it. That's all sizzling away, as you can tell. So the first things that we're going to be putting in is going to be the broccoli and the carrots that we did earlier. They're going straight in now. So these are going to take a bit of time to cook. Also, I'm using 2 pans because I am cooking for free. So they're cooking. I add a bit more butter. We like a lot of butter in our house. Or should I say, it's more like, this is utterly buttery, so it adds a little bit of butter taste. But that's all on. That's cooking. That's cooking. So we're pretty good. We're pretty good on the cooking side, as you can see. It'd be nice if it were a gas stove where you could drop your woks inside it, but we're using this, shall we say, cooker. It'll cook things all right. It's cooking nice for them. What I should do is we'll fry this off. So you're thinking, well, you haven't put the chicken in yet. I'm going to put the chicken in now. So the chicken, this has all been, the liquid's drained off. That's a bit of liquid that's come out of it. That's going to go straight in. We're going to use that spoon. Pop it all in. Put the broccoli and carrots in first because they're going to take longer than the chicken. Well, there's a bit of ginger there. Thought I took it all out, but obviously it's mistaken. I'm just trying to cook this nice and evenly. Obviously it's coloured a little bit. And we'll just get that. That'll start caramelising a little bit because of the honey that's in there. Me personally, I'd like a bit more honey in it, but I am cooking it for the family. So we're not going to put loads in there. I'm going to get a spoon. I'm going to drop a little bit more butter in. Yeah. A little bit more. Just get that butter off my fingers. That's where the term butterfingers come from. Going to move over to the far side. There it's cooking now. If you find that you're struggling on cooking the chicken and it's almost, you think, oh, I don't know, you can always add a drop of water just to make sure it'll steam it a little bit, or put a little lid on your wok or a bit of tin foil. I'm obviously trying to do this because that's the way I've been taught to do it. Not get the noodles in yet, because noodles take a little bit of time. As you can see, one's cooking quicker than the other. They're both on the same. So we've got them on 9. That one's on 9. The noodles are on maximum as well. I need a couple of bowls to get it all plated up. And we've got these nice big bowls. And that's the biggest we've got. And I need 3 of them. Now because I'm cooking for free, I think they're going to need to, if one cooks quicker than the other, we'll just swap them round a bit. So like this chicken over here is cooking a lot quicker than this chicken. Just swap them around a bit on the other stove. So just using your brain. One's cooking quicker than the other. Let's add some courgettes to it. I haven't added the spring onions yet because they're not going to take a lot of time to cook. Just keep cooking it nicely. Yes, you could fry it off in a bit of sesame oil if you want. Some people do, some people don't. I tend not to. Adding more butter, as you can see. Do like his butter. Yeah, I try not to use sesame oil, but again, that's my taste preference. So there's nothing to say that you couldn't use that. You could use olive oil if you want to. So because these carrots are quite thin, they're almost cooked. And they're carrots that tend to take a lot of time to cook. I want it a little bit crunchy, but not too crunchy. Bit of contradiction on myself there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit more soy sauce. I like a little bit more soy sauce in it, so I'm going to add a bit more soy sauce. Just to give it a bit better flavour. We're going to add a bit of cracked black pepper once I can get it out. I haven't added any salt, purely because the soy sauce has got quite a lot of salt in it. I've not added any salt to it. You can see it's cooking lovely, that. And I'm going to add some spring onions to it now. And then we're going to get the noodles in. So we're not far off ready. And nice and colourful. You can put in this what you want, it's entirely up to yourself. But this is what I decided to put it for this video. Noodles, let's drop them in. And that's it. I sometimes put a bit of butter in the noodles, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to literally put that like that. That's nearly ready. And then once it's almost done, we'll get the noodles mixed in with this. And then we're done. So nice and easy, this one. It's up to you what you want to put in it. So this is our take on it, on chicken teriyaki stir fry. Yes, people might do it a different way. This is the way that I've been taught to do it. Marinate the chicken. Ideally you want to be leaving the chicken to marinate for a good 24 hours if you can. There's nothing to say that you couldn't use pork in there if you want. Again, your own personal preference. Noodles are nearly there. That's looking nice. A nice simple dish on a nice summer's day, or winter's day, wherever you are in the world. Noodles are almost there. I've got my hands everywhere. So let's get ready to drain the noodles off, leave the chicken sizzling away, brown it off a little bit, and then let's put this together. fantastic. So we're just going to add the noodles to it now. Magic's just come down to give it a hand. I'll swap over for 2 secs, mix that one up, chef. I'm in that one. And we'll swap again. Okay. This is about ready to be dished up now. Let's get this put into a bowl and let's have his tea. Bowl. That's going to go for wash. 6. Okay, so we're just going to get a nice bit of noodles, bit of chicken. There you have it, that's our take on a chicken teriyaki stir fry. Hope you enjoy. I'm sure I will.